Okay, so now that should be better. I can actually see the screen. I'm going to go ahead and explain what's going on here while I'm setting this up. I'm going to be doing the Reddit Community Challenge for this week. It's the first community challenge that's using Jagged Earth content. Me and my lady friend tried it last Saturday and lost. We only gave it one attempt because we didn't have much time. So I'm going to go ahead and give that another shot here and see if I can win solo. I have played both these spirits before. It's going to be Volcano Looming High. It was one of my favorites from this expansion, really. And it's also going to be Vengeance as a Burning Plague, who I've, in addition to playing once for the Community Challenge, I've played one other game with, and I am not sure really how to play them yet. So, I'll see if I can coordinate a little bit better and try to get that working. The adversary for this week is the Habsburg Monarchy. The Habsburg Monarchy is pretty cool. They have some unique stuff. Basically, they don't build inland cities, but their towns migrate around. And the other kind of extra loss condition for Habsburg is if there's ever a ravage that does 8 or more damage to a land, then you keep track of that. If that ever happens and exceeds the number of spirits, then you lose the game. So in this case, 2-spirit game. So if I ever have 3 ravages that do 8 or more damage to a land, I will lose. So hopefully that doesn't happen, something I'm going to try to avoid here. Let's see, got cities, I just need some disease, and then set up my spirits, and some beasts. And then set up my spirits, and I should probably get the colors that I'm going to be. I think I'll do orange and red, it seems appropriate. Actually, I'll do yellow. Orange and yellow seems appropriate for these spirits. I'm going to go with that. And once I have these set up, we'll go ahead and get started. I think, you start with the Badlands. Probably not going to do anything about the coast there. And it is doing less than 8 damage, so I'm just not going to worry about it. I'll just focus on the inland here. And meanwhile, get my vengeance set up as well. Get the starting blight on board. Okay. So I'm still trying to learn Vengeance. I screwed it up badly last time when I was playing this, so I'm going to try to do a better job this time. And hopefully can actually do something. Definitely seems like a late game spirit, so I gotta just kind of stall out. But against Habsburg, I think it's okay if I let some things blight. As long as I don't go too hard into that. Volcano's a little bit more straightforward, so I will just be trying to do some early eruptions, blowing stuff up, and then recovering to do that all again. Okay, so I am all set here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this game. My initial explorer was sands, so forgot to worry about the sands doing bad things. Board C, I'm not too worried. I can clear out the sands number 6 just fine. Might even stop it from building and then destroy the town that migrates in there. in the slow phase. But on board E, it's a little trickier because I don't really know what I'm doing yet with Vengeance. So I'm just going to finish out Volcano's turn first, and then I will go ahead and get started with Vengeance. And I'm starting here at 835. Okay, cool. So, well, I just want to destroy stuff, right? But I'd like to do it in the slow phase. I just actually don't have that. So, push stuff around instead. It's not that bad. Rain of Ash. I can push them out. Okay. So Rain of Ash might be good. To do that, I'm going to have to do my... No, I can do my first growth option for that. So, then I can push those out. I can do a Volcanic Eruption right off the bat, pretty much, and kill actually a lot. I wish I had some slow phase damage, actually. It'd be really good. Well, I do have Lava Flows. It's only one. Okay. No, I think I still want to push stuff around if I can. And then deal with it later. So I'll probably Volcanic Eruption. And Rain of Ash. Yeah, so let me go for... Let's see. Now, if I do that, I'm not going to get a Volcanic Eruption this turn. Tricky. Yeah, I'd like to clear out the mountain. That'd be awesome. I can just do 1 damage and push around. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I won't be able to get to 3 Earth though, so I won't be able to regenerate a presence this turn. Okay. Okay. So probably Lava Flows is going to be better than Rain of Ash because I can get in there and not have to worry about that. So if I go double bottom, no, because I can do both actually. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Do both my slow powers and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to do growth option 2. So I can get 2 card plays this turn. And in that case, I'm going to get 1 of those. And I would rather, with what I'm playing, have the energy. So, okay, so I'm going to grow in there. Well, I can't do a Volcanic Eruption. Man. This makes it hard for me. So I'd like to do a first turn Eruption, but I can't. Actually, I could. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to add 2 presents here instead, and just do 1 card play. And we'll see what happens. And I'm mostly doing this because I have a ton in my starting region, and if I can clear that out and something else, then it just makes it a whole lot easier to deal with these invaders. So that'll be my turn with Volcano. Move this up here. I'm playing Lava Flows as my one card play. And I have a net of 0 energy because I gain 1, spend it on Lava Flows. Okay. As for Vengeance, it's a little bit trickier. I'm a little bit limited in my movement here. So I'll probably want to spread some infection just to stop a ravage. I think I'd like to do that there. Yeah, just very energy starved, the spirit is. Okay, so gain a power card or add 2 presence. I'm not going to be able to hit my innates, so I don't really have to worry about that. Well, if I go double bottom presence, I actually could. Be a fire. It's just going to be 1 damage though, which is not going to be enough to kill anything, so not worth going for that right off the bat. But I do want to get to where the invaders are, so I think I still will do a double growth. Go here and here. And then try to spread some infection around. So, yeah, I'll do that. So, gonna end up with 0 energy for both my spirits this turn, but I'm going with Fetid Breath spreads infection for Vengeance as a Burning Plague. Okay, so it's going to be 2 fast powers. So on Volcano Leaving High, I actually do hit the threshold for an explosive eruption, and I'm just going to do it right off the bat. I'm going to destroy 2 presence there. And I could clear out the sands, but it's going to gather anyway. So instead, I'm just going to kill this. 2 damage there for 1 fear. And then, because I lost 2 presence here, it does 2 damage in my homeland, and get 1 fear for that. So I cleared out 2 towns for that, and that's going to be the fast phase. Next up is an event, and we just cycle it just for timing purposes, and then it's the invader phase. So, we are going to build here, no build here, build 2 towns here because of Habsburg's special rule. 1 town here. And then they will do some migrations. So starting with board C, 2, there are no towns to migrate here, and then there are no towns to migrate to 6, so nothing. Then we get to these. There is 1 town that can migrate into, well, actually it's going to be 1 first. This is doing 7 damage, so I can just let that ravage, which will be fine. So I'm going to pull this one here into 1. You do it in board land order, so it would be land 1 first, land 1 pulls a town from 7. And then there's no town to pull into 6. So that's their build and migration. Next up is going to be an explorer in mountains. And I didn't mention at the beginning, but I am doing level 3 Habsburg. Mountains is just fine for that. Wetlands might have been even better. It's okay. Alright, that's the invader phase, and now it is to slow powers. So for Vengeance's Burning Plague, I've got Fetid Breath spreads infection. I can do 1 fear and add one disease, or one plague. I'm going to add it into this land here. And I'm just going to let this one ravage, because it's doing 7 damage, so my guy will die, and I'll add a plague there, so that'll be fun. For Volcano Looming High, I have enough for lava flows. So I can either do 1 damage, or I can add a Badland and a Wilds. And I'm going to add a Badland and a Wilds, because that's just better, into this region to make it a little bit easier to deal with. Might just do another eruption. So. Okay, those are slow powers. I'm going to discard these, and I'm back to the start of the turn. So, with Volcano Looming High, I want to hit the threshold for another volcanic eruption, so I do need to add 2 presents down, because then I can just clear out both those regions, and I don't have to worry about them. So I'm going to stack 2 presents up in this mountain. And then I have 2 energy, so I can't play Pyroclastic Bombardment, but I don't need to. I just need to play one of my other 2. How much fire do I have? I have 1. So it's either Rain of Ash or Exaltation of Molten Stone. Probably going to go with Exaltation of Molten Stone just to get a little bit more energy for Vengeance. So, I'm playing Exaltation of Molten Stone. And then on Vengeance, I have Fiery Vengeance, which I don't need to use. I don't want to let them ravage twice, that would be a problem. So, for my growth, if I can get up to 4 energy per turn, that'll be good. Even just getting to 3 is probably really strong, though. But I don't know that I need to play more than 1 card. Well, the push will be pretty good, actually. Will I be able to hit any of my innates? I can let this one go. That'll be fine. One of these will ravage, and that's okay. I just do need to stop that one. So I do need to play Strike Blow with Sudden Fevers. Which costs 2 energy. And I'd like to hit an innate, which is probably not going to happen unless I unlock another card play. I will have +1 range from mountains, actually, so, but only 1 damage, which is the issue. That's the one that's going to ravage. So I won't be able to do that. Let's see, they're going to pull both those towns out of here after I stop that ravage, so I won't have to worry about it for a while, which is fine. As far as these 2, though, they could be an issue. So should I add a presence or disease? need to add Z's, but I don't really want to. Okay. I'll be able to push 2 towns out of there. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a disease into this land here and gain a minor power. Slow starting spirit. No. No, because I can let the disease go through, and then I'll have 2 towns. Yeah, it'll be okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So my 4 options here, I've got some good ones, actually. Unquenchable Flames, I've got Sear Anger into the Wildlands, I've got Razor Sharp Undergrowth, and Gift of Living Energy. None of which have animal. Unquenchable Flames is probably going to be the play. Yeah, that's... I mean, this one, Sear Anger into the Wildlands, also very good. No, Unquenchable Flames, I think, is the way to go. Okay, so that's my minor. It does require a Sacred Site. But I do have a Sacred Site, and it's probably not going to get lost anytime soon, so that is fine. And actually, in that case, do I still want to add the disease there? I think I do. No. No, I'm going to change it. Oh, 2 card plays. No, 3 energy. Yeah, I'm going to change that actually. So I'm going to add a presence instead here. And I gain 1 energy, so I'll have 3 energy, so I can play both Unquenchable Flames and Strike Low with 7 Fevers. Those are going to be my plays from Vengeance's Burning Plague. Okay. So that's all the energy, 1 from that. Okay, so fast powers. My fast power from Volcano is going to be split 1 energy per fire that I have between myself and target spirit as evenly as possible, so both Vengeance and Volcano are going to get 1 energy, because I have 2 fire on Volcano. Then I'm going to do an Explosive Eruption, so just kill 2 more presents here, which kills this Explorer, targeting this land, which does 2 damage, and it's got a bad land, so it's doing 3 damage to invaders. Kills both of these. Gets another fear. It will also kill the Dahan, but yeah, it's not bad. Okay. And that's that. For Vengeance, I did not have any fast powers, unfortunately, because I kind of messed up. I'm not going to have any of my innates either. But couldn't really blame for that, so it's fine. So only thing, invaders skip Ravage actions here and get 1 more fear. Event. Promising Farmland. When exploring once per board, place 1 town instead of 1 explorer. That's not a great one. Beast provoked. On each board, add 1 beast to a land without blight that has a town. Interesting. Okay, that's going to be there. And I can do it, well, actually kind of anywhere, but I'll do it here. And then Candy Defense, in each land defend 1 per Dahan in the land. It's not really going to matter, so that's alright. Next up is the Invaders. So they're going to Ravage Sands, so I'll have 1 here, 1 here, which destroys my presence. Since my presence got destroyed, hello, welcome. I do add a disease there, as I am playing Vengeance as a Burning Plague. And then this is not ravaging, so that is good. And then they're going to build in mountains. So this is empty, so no build. This one is going to build a town. This one is going to build a town. And this one has a disease. Let's see, it's going to be doing 8 damage anyway, so I'm going to let the build go through to generate 1 fear. And they just build another town here. Alright, then Habsburg special ability is going to come into effect, so they're going to migrate towns around. So starting with board C, in mountains, there is no town adjacent to this mountain. This one does have 1, so it's going to pull this town there. Actually, it's got these as well. Then these two, so starting with land 2, it's going to pull 1 in here and 1 in here. And that is their full build action. Next up is explore. So they're going to explore mountains with escalation. So here. No explore here because there are no adjacent towns and cities, and actually because I had promising farmland, once per board I'm placing a town rather than an explorer. So it will be a second town here. It's not great. And that will also be true here. So I'm just going to stack this one up, and then an explorer in there. Okay. And then escalation. So Habsburg's escalation. Seek prime territory after exploring on each board with 4 or fewer blight, which is both. Add 1 town to a land without a town or blight. On each board with 2 or fewer blight, do so again. And both boards have 2 or fewer blight. I get to add 2 towns. So I don't want to do it into a mountain, because mountains are going to ravage and then build. But I can afford to just do it in a jungle or somewhere else. So I'll do keep it to the coasts, or at least not the inland. And I'll do more without a blight either, right? Yeah, with no blight, so I can't do that one. I'll do it back in the stands. Okay. So that is going to be their explorer with escalation. And next up is going to be my slow powers, which I had 1. So first on Volcano, I'm going to regenerate that person. And then I could spend 2 to gain a power card, which is not a bad idea. I've got 2 left. I'll probably hold off on that, to be honest. I could gain a major. No, I'm probably not going to reclaim. I do still have cards left. I think I'm going to hold off on that. The cards that I do have are pretty expensive energy-wise, so I'd rather hold on to the 2 energy. On Vengeance as a Burning Plague, I have 1 slow power, Unquenchable Flames, so from a Sacred Site, which I have 1 of. 1 fear, 1 damage to town and city. Invaders do not heal damage at the end of their turn. And if I have fire, which I do, 2 fire, I can add a Badlands after that. So I'm going to do 1 damage to, I guess, here, and add a Badlands. And regenerate a fear for that. So almost to my first fear card, which I'll get next turn. Alright, that's that turn. Discard cards. And back to growth. And on Volcano, I'm probably going to do my third growth option, which is gain a power card, add a presence, +1 card play as well. Don't know that I'll be able to stop much from happening this turn, so gain a minor or a major. Let's see, that's slow. Not gonna do another eruption this turn, I don't think. So I'm gonna sack up here to get the extra range. I think I'm gonna gain a major, because I will have a decent amount of energy this turn. 7 actually. So, major is not bad. Alright, well, Pillar of Living Flame is good. That's pretty easy for me to hit the kicker on. Especially because I get extra range with it. Poison Land is a nice one. Entwined Powers, okay. Melt Earth into Quicksand is just terrible elements for me. So I think Pillar of Living Flame is going to be the play. Won't be able to hit the kicker for it this turn, but that's alright. And I'm just going to forget Lava Flows. As good as it is, I have other stuff. So I have 2 card plays. I'll actually be able to clear this mountain out. Oh, I'm 1 energy short of that. Yeah, it's 7 instead of 8, so I can't quite do that. Yeah, it's tricky because they're going to be building within 1 range. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably want to do the Pillar of Living Flame. And the Rain of Ash, and I can combo that up. And that'll be all my energy, but I think I'll be able to do some work with that in the opposite mountain. As far as Vengeance goes, this growth is a little bit harder. Because I'm probably not going to be able to do anything about that unless I reclaim. If I reclaim, it's going to slow my growth, which is not great. If there's no Dahan there, if I lose a presence, it's okay. I think I'm alright with that, to be honest. This one, I can't do enough to kill that, so... I think... I'm gonna go... Do I want a presence or disease there? Because I have a Badlands there, I might actually be able to save that land. It's only 1 damage, so I just need to do 4 damage to stop it from ravaging, which will be good. And I can do Fiery Vengeance and my Innate for that. But I don't have the animals, so I would have to fish for a card with an animal, which is a decent chance. So I'm going to Well, I'm going to gain a power first, actually, because I can do these in that order. Let's see if I get one with animal. I do. I have two options. So I have Flesh Rot Fever, which is probably the way to go, or Dire Metamorphosis. Yeah, it's no real choice. That's the perfect element. I'm getting Flesh Rot Fever. Okay, that's good. And yeah, in that case, I'm going to add a disease here for my growth and gain 1 energy. And I'll gain 2, so 3. And I'm going to be able to clear that mountain out in the fast phase, which will be good. So I'm using Fiery Vengeance. Oh shit, no I can't, because that's not going to give me... Fiery Vengeance does not have an animal on it. Wow, that's tricky. I can't add another disease there. In a slow phase I can. Alright, yeah, it's going to be more slow phase. I'm just going to give up a couple of Ravages this turn. Definitely get into a Blighted Island, so we'll see how that goes. Probably just, let's see, the push. I don't know if that matters too much. But just in case it does, no, I want to add more disease, so I'm going to do Flesh Rot Fever. Okay. And that's just 1 energy, so I will be able to get Major soon on Vengeance. That'll be pretty strong. Okay, got those, and let's see what horrible things happen this turn. So I'm in the fast phase. I'm not doing a Volcanic Eruption, even though I could. Not going to do it. So all my powers on Volcano are slow this turn. On Vengeance is a Burning Plague. I get to do Epidemics Run Wild. No, I don't, because I don't have... That's why I didn't do that. But I do have Fiery Vengeance, so I'm going to remove one of my Destroyed Presence from the game to do 2 damage here, because it's got a Badlands. So I'll just destroy the Healthy City, or Healthy Town, which gets me my first Fear card, and then also 1 Fear just for using that card. Fiery Vengeance, I think that's going to be it. Yeah, I can't hit the others. I do have the slow stuff, but mostly going to be slow powers this turn. Okay, cool. So next up is going to be an event. I'm in stage 2, so it's going to be urbanization. In each land with at least 2 towns, replace half the towns, rounding up with cities. Not great. That's 2 cities there. This doesn't make sense for Habsburg. They're more rural than urban. Alright, well, that's going to make it a lot more difficult. Rounding up. Jeez. Okay, so suddenly I go from having 2 cities on the map to having like 1,000,000. So great. And next up is going to be Stricken. Invaders do not ravage in lands with disease or strife. Actually, that's perfect, because that'll stop that ravage there. Doesn't do anything there, but that's good. And then retreat. On each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with a city to a land without a city. No Dahan in lands with cities, so it doesn't matter. And my Fear card. Unrest. Each player adds 1 strife to a town. Okay, that's not going to stop that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to stop that, but that's fine. So I probably just want to chuck these around in other places that are not ravaging. So do it there and there. Alright, invader phase, ravage. Nothing here. Here is ravaging, and thanks to that lovely event, it's now doing 8 damage, so I get to add a counter to this here. This one's skipping its ravage. This one is not. So I guess I should have added the disease there instead. So it's adding blight, destroy presence, and now it gets a disease. Okay, and now I have a blighted island. So my blighted island effect. These both die. Erosion of Will, immediately 2 fear per player. Each spirit destroys one of their presence and loses 1 energy. Okay. Well, I'm going to be getting a presence back on Volcano, so that's not too bad. I don't have any energy to lose on Volcano, so that's okay. Lost energy on Vengeance, and I also have to remove a presence, which does mean I get to spread some plagues, so it's not all bad. Now I will... Yeah, I'll do that one. And disease there. Okay. And then only 3 blight per player. Not a lot to work with. 2 fear per player is nice. That does accelerate me up to another fear card. I'm going to start generating a lot of fear pretty soon. Okay. Alright. So that was the Ravages. Next up is going to be builds in mountains. So I'm going to build here. Could let that go through there since it's got a million things anyway. I'm just going to let it go through. Let's get a fear. Here. I'm not going to let that go through because I don't want a city there. Okay. Okay, it's going to be tricky. So I won't be able to add disease there. It's going to be a lot of help working invaders. I'll be able to use Fire and Vengeance again. But if I do that, I won't be able to use Epidemics Run Rampant. Yeah, yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. So that's good. Right, where was I? So I got Ravage building. So build there, build there, build there. That's good. Alright, now explore. They also do their migration thing. So, in board land order, so this one is going to pull that there, which is fine. This one has this one to pull. This one doesn't matter. I'm going to pull those. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. And then explore coastal. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Means that these mountains, coastal mountains, are ravaging like 3 turns in a row, which is not ideal. Let's keep on the inland safe, but not great. Okay. Slow powers. I've got a couple. So I'll do Volcano first. First, I'm going to regrow one of my presents there, so that I have extra range, although not that I need it really. And then I'm going to do Pillar of Living Flame to do 3 fear and 5 damage. Don't quite have enough fire for the kicker. I'm 1 off. So next turn I will be able to, or next time I use it. But I'm going to do 5 damage into this coastal land. So that's 3 fear from building destruction and then 3 fear from the cards, so 6 total. Which gets me another fear card. And then I've got Reign of Ash, so 2 fear if invaders are present, push 2 towns, push 2 to Han and 2 towns or explorers, 2 lands without your presence. So they're going to build in coastal. So I can just do that there just to stop that from doing bad things. I will stack those up there. And I get 2 fear for that. Next up is going to be Vengeance, is slow powers. So I do have Savage Revenge because I have 3 fire and 1 animal. So that's going to do 1 damage. It's got 1 range, or I don't have the extra range, so it's 0 range. So I'm going to do it here because this has both a Blight and Badlands, so even though I'm doing 1 damage, it's actually 3 damage to invaders, so I can destroy both those towns. As one had 1 damage from the last turn. That's 2 fear, and that gets me another fear card. And then my next one is Flesh Rot Fever. So it's a slow power, it can target jungle or sands to add a disease. Jungles and sands are not ravaging. So this one's probably fine for now. So I'm going to do it. Well, actually, this one's going to build. So I'm going to do here. And add fear. Okay, and that's my slow powers. So Savage Revenge, yep, so cover those, or discard those rather. I've got 1 card left on both Volcano and Vengeance, so I could reclaim. Just cards. The nice thing is that pretty soon I'm not going to have to worry about the Habsburg escalation. And I'm also pretty close to Terra level 2, so gotta start doing some damage. This is an issue because I'm gonna hit some counters for Habsburg's lost condition unless I stop at least one of those from ravaging. So I think at least on Vengeance I have to reclaim, because otherwise I can't do the damage to clear those out. So I do gain 1 energy as part of my reclaim, so I would have 5, but I've got some expensive stuff. I'm just going to get a minor. Well, you know what, I only have 2 card plays. Yeah, it's going to be a minor. So I've got 1 with fire and animal, that's pretty good. 1 damage per ton. Gift of Nature's Connection is pretty good. Also free. So I'm not getting Call to Ferocity or Strong and Constant Currents. It's going to be Gift of Nature's Connection or Call to Bloodshed. And with Gift of Nature's Connection, it'll actually let me hit the threshold for Pillar of Living Flame without needing to get any more card plays. and I get 1, and it's free. So yeah, I'm going to do Gift of Nature's Connection. Get 2 energy, and then I'll plan this out in a little bit. Meanwhile, on Volcano, thanks to that, I think I'm going to reclaim, actually. I get 3 energy for, and I'll get 3 as part of growth. And I gain a power card. I'm just going to gain a minor, which I'll probably forget later for a major. Savage Mobbeast would have been really nice for Vengeance, but that's okay. Gift of Power is nice, but bad elements. Elusive Ambushes is fine. None of them are great, so really it's just going to be a sink for me to get a major later. So I may as well just get Gift of Power. Okay. Alright, I think Pillar of Living Flame is still going to be the play, because I can do a lot with that. And then I could actually play Gift of Power, as, well, I only have 1 card play, so I can't. And I won't be able to reclaim any of these, so maybe I'll save that. Do a Pyroclastic Bombardment instead, because that will let me add more presence to the board. I'll have some range with it. Okay, well, let me think about that, actually. While I do my card plays with Vengeance. So I could save Gift of Nature's Connection. I need to stop one of the big ravages here, so I'm definitely striking low with 7 Fevers. And my other card play, probably need to do something about the coastal lands, just so they don't build. No, they're probably gonna build either way. Actually, I can stop that one, and then just deal with this one. I might have to reclaim Strike Low with some Feelers again, which is not ideal, but it's okay. Yeah, I think I need to clear that out. So rather than Pyroclastic Bombardment, I'm going to play Player of Living Flame. On Vengeance, I'm playing Gift of Nature's Connection, and Strike Low with 7 Fevers. And that'll let me hit innates and other stuff, so it's not too bad. Okay, well, let's see what happens. So, to fast powers. So first, I'm going to have Volcano gain 2 fires, so I can hit threshold. And then on Vengeance, it's going to gain, I gain an element of my choice on that as well, so I can hit 1 of my innates. I could just kill that guy. A lot of ravages happening this turn, but that's fine, actually. So, Yeah, I'm gonna do 1 damage to that guy. That's with my innate, just 1 damage per disease. Also does 1 damage to the Dahan, but that's gonna be fine. They'll heal up. Next is going to be Strike Low with Sudden Fevers, so invaders are skipping Ravage actions here, and that does 1 fear. Okay. Yeah. And then Volcano, I'm not going to do an Explosive Eruption as much as I want to. I don't have anything in range, so yeah, not doing an Explosive Eruption on Volcano. Okay, cool. So that's fast powers. Next up is going to be an event. I'm entire level 1, so on each board after the first successful build action, add 1 explorer to an adjacent land without invaders. Great. Beasts chase off homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with beasts. Okay. I actually don't really want to do that, so I'm good with where they are. At their gates demanding redress, 2 fear per land with Dawn and the city. So 2 fear for that. And then 2 fear cards. First is going to be Nerves Fray. Each player adds 1 strife in a land not matching a Ravage card. So I guess I'll throw it into the city. And city. Next is Retreat. Each player may push up to 2 explorers from an inland land. So perfect. I'll push these guys out so they don't ravage there. And I'll just keep stacking up this horrible thing. And then I don't have any other inland explorers. Well, I got this guy, but I'm not going to do that. So, alright, that worked out. Next up is Ravage. So they are going to Ravage here. It is an 8 damage Ravage, so that's my second counter. So if I let another 8 damage Ravage go through, I just lose. And then it's going to Cascade, which is fine. So I can let that go there. Then no Ravage, no Ravage. Next is Build in Coastal. So we're going to build a town here, build a city here. But I'm going to stop both those builds because they don't have anything to pull for migrations. And then here, once again, let's see, it would be a city. They built another, so I will stop that, I guess. Okay. Next up, Explore in Jungle. Here. That's unfortunate because it means that those will ravage. Okay, nope, not there. Okay. And then Escalation, so this board has 5 blight, so that doesn't matter. This one has 3, so I still do add 1. So add 1 town to a land without towns or blight. So I'll do it on and out of places, so up here. Alright. That's the Escalation. And then Slow Powers. So I have a couple here. So I use that. So I don't have Savage Revenge, but I do have, well first, I will, oh no I can't, because I don't have Sure. So instead, I'm going to do a Pillar of Living Flame with the kicker. So I'm going to do 5 fear and 10 damage into something that's not a jungle or wetland. So I'm going to do it into this land. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. And how much fear is that? That's going to be 5 fear just from the card itself. So that pushes me into tier level 2. And then from killing 2 cities and 2 towns, it's going to be an extra 6 fear. So. Okay. 1 damage off from being able to clear that out. Alright, discard. So, they're going to Ravaging Coastal. If they do 8 damage or more, I will lose. So I can't let this Ravage. This one's okay, because it's doing less damage than that. I do only have 4 Blight left, so it's not ideal. So I think I actually do have to reclaim on Vengeance, which means I'm just not growing, which is not great. I do gain a power card. I'm going to have 6 energy, so I'm just going to gain Major. See what I can get. Manifesting Carnation is not bad if I just want to go for Fear. It's another Ravage. Utter Curse of Dread and Bone. I haven't gotten to use yet, but it's a cool card. For each blight in or adjacent to target land, add 1 Badlands, 1 Disease, and 1 Strife, max 3 of each. Then 2 Fear and 1 Damage. If I have 3 Moon and 2 Beast, for each type of token I added, add 1 more within 1, and then 1 damage in an adjacent land. It's a slow power, unfortunately. It is really cool. Can actually clear pretty much that out. So, and then next is Paralyzing Fright, so it's 1 range. Invaders skip all actions and target 1 range from a sacred site. Probably can't. Actually, I surprisingly could hit the kicker for that. Shovel once I get to 3 card plays, and then it'd be 8 fear and skip actions. I think I'd rather have, oh, this heals. I think I'd rather have the Curse of Dread and Bone. Unfortunately, I can't hit the kicker for that. But I do really like it, so I'm going to go for that one. Haven't gotten to use it yet, so okay. And I will forget. It's actually bad. I'm gonna forget Fetid Breath spreads infection. So it's gonna be my forget. And then I get 2 more energy. So I actually have something to work with. First, I know that I'm going to strike a blow with 7 fevers to stop this from ravaging, otherwise terrible things will happen. Otherwise, I'm kind of okay with what everything else is. stuff ravages, you know, it's fine. Things happen. Okay. Let's do a Fiery Vengeance play as well. I have 2 card plays, so that'll get me Savage Revenge. Okay, well, I'll at least stop that from cascading, which is good. Which means on Volcano leaving high, I have to take my 3rd growth option. So add a presence at range 4. How many card plays do I want? I can't stop that from ravaging, so... Pyroclastic Bombardment, unfortunately, doesn't really do a whole lot. Probably go for energy, adding a presence over here. I've got 2 card plays this turn. Gain a power card. I'm going to gain another major, because I do have 7 energy. And nothing good for Volcano. Winds of Rust and Atrophy is fine. Savage Transformations, okay. Would have been, again, great elements for Vengeance, but say la vie. Cleansing Floods is not possible. And Trees and Stones Speak of War, can't really do. Winds of Rust and Atrophy, I actually can stop Ravage with that, so I will take that one. It's usually not good to use your majors like reactively like that, but that's what I'm doing. I'm forgetting Gift of Power, because I've got enough minor powers on Vengeance. And I have 2 card plays, so I'm going to play my new Winds of Rust and Atrophy. And, let's see, I added a presence over there, so I can use Fiery Vengeance. I'm not going to do a Volcanic Eruption, I don't think. Oh, this should have lost its strike last turn. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care if they build in that lane, because I can always erupt later. I don't need to worry about that right now. Exaltation of Molten Stone, it's only 1 energy, so it's not that big a deal. So I could combo Pyroclastic Bombardment with Winds of Rust and Atrophy, but no, it's still not gonna do really that much, aside from just kill the Dahan there. So yeah, don't really have a great play. Maybe just Rain of Ash. Yeah, I'll just play Rain of Ash and see what I can use it on. Okay, so that's 5 energy from Volcano. And 2 energy from Vengeance. Yeah, okay. Okay. Doing some stuff now. Okay, and then we go to Fast Powers. So first I'm going to use Fiery Vengeance targeting Volcano. So target spirit removes one of their destroyed presence from the game. It's fine. And 1 fear and 1 damage in one of the target's lands. And since its vengeance is power, Blight counts as bad lands. So I'm going to do 3 damage to invaders here. Kill both those guys. Generate a fear, which gets me a new fear card. Next up is going to be Winds of Rust and Atrophy. So I'm going to target this land here. I can do 1 fear and defend 6, and replace 1 city with 1 town or 1 town with 1 explorer. So I think, just to make it a little easier to deal with in the future, I'm going to replace the city with a town. Okay, they're doing 5 damage there, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, because I have tons of range for that. Next up, I'm going to strike low with Sudden Fevers once again, 3rd time in a row, I think, on this land. So they skip rapid actions then, that lands. That's 1 more fear. And then I do not have Epidemics run rampant. And I'm not doing a Volcanic Eruption. So yeah, that's going to be my fast powers. Next up, I have an event. Hardworking Settlers. Your latest round of Settlers are regrettably diligent, focused, and curious. You may act cautiously in the background. On each board, push up to 2 Dahan. Add 1 town to a land without Dahan. And immediately ravage in the land with the most invaders that matches a Ravage card. Well, I do skip Ravage actions, so that actually is fine, because this would be a Ravage action, I'm pretty sure. But it would still be adding Dahan, which is not great. Or we could create unnerving distractions at the cost of piquing their interest. So Ravage cards skip up to 1 matching land on each board. Players choose which. I don't really care to do that, actually. 1 fear per player. Remove the bottom of stage 2 and stage 3 cards from the invader from the game. That's the one that we always choose, but I think I'm going to do act cautiously in the background, since I'm skipping really the only Ravage that's going to happen, because they skip Ravage actions. So I'm going to act cautiously in the background, so I can push up to 2 Dahan. I'm going to push those. Yeah, actually, this will work out fine, because that's defended, that's skipping rapid actions. Okay, so I'll do this board first, so push those to Han. Next, they're going to immediately ravage and the land with the most invaders that matches a Ravage card, which is this Coastal Desert here, Coastal Sands. It's defended 6, and they are doing 5 damage there. They will lose those Strife tokens, so I will have to kill some stuff. So I'm going to, because the Dahan will fight back, I'll kill that. And then I'll have them kill another town. So defense 6 works out, and they do lose those. But that'll be fine, because then that land will be cleared. On board E, so they're going to Ravage here, but because I'm striking them low with Sudden Fevers, they're skipping Ravage actions, so that doesn't actually happen. But I can push up to 2 Dahan. Oh, and I'm sorry, I do have to add 1 town to a land without a town on board C. I don't want to do it in a jungle. I'm going to do it in the sands because it's got a Badlands already. And on this board, so they're not ravaging, I can push up to 2 Dahan. So I will push, I want those there. One of those there. and then add to one without one, so I'll add them. And then beasts prey on the injured. This turn, beasts also count as badlands. On each board, destroy a damaged invader in a land with a beast. So I'm going to retcon this a little bit. So before I did 2 damage to towns there, I'm actually going to take a fear back, and instead of destroying this outright. No, does that make sense? I can damage that and kill that, and then the beast will destroy that, so I get that fear back anyway, so it's just an extra thing. The beast counting as badlands is interesting, so that's cool. Here, there's nothing. And there's nothing injured either, so that's fine. So the big thing is that beasts count as badlands this turn. 2 fear cards. So, first fear card. Overseas trade seems safer. Yeah, it does. It's going to be stage 2, so defend 6 in all coastal lands. Invaders do not build cities in coastal lands this turn. I wish I had known that was coming. I would have pushed some towns into those coastal lands, but say la vie. Alright, Dahan on their guard. In each land with Dahan, defend 1, plus an additional defend 1 per Dahan. Okay. Okay. Well, my coastal lands are going to get cleared out, which is good. So Ravage. Right, so Ravage here. This guy will just die. Ravage here is defend 6. So they're going to be doing 4 damage, but 0. And then the Dahan will fight back and kill everything there. That's one more fear. Empty. This one, thanks to the fear cards, this is defended like 8, so Dahan will just fight back and kill those. This one, still skipping Ravage actions. And this one, just going to fight back and kill that guy. Actually, no Ravages, surprisingly. Then build in jungle. So, no build here. There is going to be a build there. No build there. There will be a build there. Slide that over, and then they migrate. So, migrate that there. It will be... which one? No, I can leave that there, it's fine. So, I'll migrate him there. This gets migrated into there, and one of these comes in there. So, that's actually okay. I think I can deal with that. Next up is going to be Explore in Wetlands. Which, damn it, I should have expected that. Alright, so I could have stopped that, but it is what it is. And then the escalations. Once again, this board has 5 whites, this one has 3, so I just need to add 1 town to land without a town or blight on this board. And it's going to be in that desert. And then slow powers. So I didn't do a lot of slow powers this turn. I do have powered by the Furnace of the Earth, so I'm going to regrow one of my presents here. Getting ready for a big eruption. Into that jungle. And then I have Rain of Ash, so I can push 2 towns. No, let's see. It's going to do 2 fear, because I am going to target a land with invaders, regardless of which one I choose. So I can push 2 Dahan and 2 explorers or towns, 2 lands without my presence. It has a range of 2 from this mountain or 1 from this one. So don't really want to have to deal with that corner. But that's probably easier to deal with than this. I'm going to push him are there, so I'm going to be killing everything there soon anyway. And then on Vengeance's Burning Plague, I have Savage Revenge, so I have 0 range on it. I can do 1 damage to a town or city, so not the most useful thing. Yeah, I actually can't use that because I don't have towns and cities in my territory. Not being able to grow has been an impediment, but I will be able to grow this turn finally. So, all right, that is done, and I am back to the fast phase. Did I have 2 fire? I did not. I have 1 fire. So, okay. I think I want to reclaim on Volcano, because I'll have a lot of energy for stuff. Vengeance I have to think about, but yeah, I'm going to reclaim on Volcano, for sure. Okay. Which I get 3 energy for and get a power card. I'm happy with both majors that I have. Could fish for another, or just go for a minor. I'm only going to have 1 card play this turn. So in that case, I'll take a major and see what I get. I got Cast Down in the Briny Deep. Weave Together the Fabric of Place is pretty good for Volcano, actually. Unlock the Deepest Gates of Power. It's probably a little late for that. Although, it is okay. Weaving Together the Fabric of Place is good because I'll be able to do a big eruption on something, so I think that is the way to go. Not this turn, but in a future turn. And I will forget probably Exaltation of Molten Stone. I haven't really been using it, so I get Weave Together the Fabric of Place. Okay, I'm going to gain 4 energy just for presence, and I have just 1 card play this turn. So, it's probably going to be a Pillar of Living Flame, and I will be destroying lots of stuff. Yeah, because I still have Gift of Nature's Connection, so yeah, I can do that, no problem. Okay. So I'll be able to clear that out with an eruption. Well, actually, if I do that, I don't get the fear for it. Oh shit, there's like 6 health worth of invaders there, and I've only got 3 presents to destroy. I may have messed up. I wonder if instead of reclaiming, I should grow. Yeah, I'm going to change that around. So instead of reclaiming, I am going to grow with 1 energy. And I'm going to flip things around. So instead of pushing that one guy from the last turn with Arena of Ash into this land, I'm going to push him into... well, no, I can't push him into my own land. I'm going to push him into this land here. I need the 4 damage. Yeah. So, I could get 2 card plays, but I think I'm going to stock up. No, I'll need 2 card plays next turn. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go for the 2-card plays then. Another here. This will be interesting. So I actually can afford that. Pyroclastic Bombardment and Weave Together the Fabric of Plates. So that'll be my turn with Volcano. With Vengeance's Burning Plague, I need to place presents because I have not been doing it. Finally, don't have to worry about this ravaging for the first time in 3 turns, so I can leave that for now and start worrying about other places. These will be fine. This one is possibly a problem, or I could just deal with the wetlands. But I can probably deal with that in the slow phase. So I would like to get 3-card plays, I think, because I do already have 4 energy. And actually, that would let me hit the kicker on Utter Curse of Dread and Bone, which might be really good. So I'm going to add 2 presents. Yeah, that'll be cool. Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So I'm going to add a presence somewhere to land with Tensity or Blight. Probably here and here. I can let that ravage, that's fine. Or I might get a fear card that deals with it. Not too worried. Could also clear it out with Pyroclastic Bombardment. But I have a better plan for that. Okay. And then I'll have 2 energy, so I will have just enough. Well, no, actually, I'll have more than enough for this. Quenchable Flames, Gift of Nature's Connection, and Utter Curse of Dread and Bone. And that'll cost a lot of energy, but I still do have 1 left on Vengeance's Burning Plague. Okay. So the reason I'm not too worried about the Ravages is because I still have 4 blight left on the card, and nothing's going to cascade this turn, so I can leave some stuff be. It's not ideal, really, but it's okay. Okay, cool. So my Gift of Nature's Connection, I'm going to target. Well, okay. So, huh. Let's do that. Hello.
Hello. Hey, Dobby.
It's for this turn. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna use Gift of Nature's Connection to give Volcano Leaving High 2 air, so it can join these 2 lands with Weave Together the Fabric of Place. Just gonna isolate this joined land. Do 2 fear. And I can remove up to 2 invaders. So I'm going to remove these 2. Yeah, then I can do a small volcanic eruption, a big one, later. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and before I join those, retconning a little bit, I'm going to do just a small volcanic eruption to do 2 damage here. Destroy that time. Which also destroyed 2 presents, so it's enough to destroy that city, or that town. Another fear. Then I can use Pyroclastic Bombardment up here to do 1 damage to that. It's going to kill both the Dahan and the town. Okay. Vengeance's board is a bit messier. Don't think there's anything I can do in the fast phase, though. Anything else? Yeah, no, that's it. So next up is going to be an event. Cooperation among towns. Invaders do +1 damage when ravaging in lands with towns and cities, and no strife. I don't think that matters. So, yeah, no, that's fine. Explorers Blunder. On each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with peace. Awesome. Bonus got Volcano's board cleared. Should have taken cast down to the Briny Depths. And then on this board, just destroy 2 of those. Okay. And then coming of age, on each board add 1 Dahan to a land with Dahan, and no blight or disease. So I can do that. That's going to die. Do it there. I'll do it there. Okay. That's the event. Fear card. Angry Mobs, Terra level 2. In each land with 2 or more explorers, which there are none, destroy 1 explorer town per 2. Oh no, there is this one. So I can destroy a town there. That's my 1 fear. Okay, my way up. Next up is going to be invaders. So Ravage here, 1 damage, doesn't do anything. Ravage here, 1 damage, doesn't do anything, but this is a joined land. So these Dahan are going to fight back and kill that guy. Okay, and then this will ravage. So, fine. Okay. So that's the ravage. Next up is going to be build in wetlands. So empty, empty. I do build there. I do build there. Slides over, and then they migrate and stuff. This board's completely cleared, but they will migrate stuff around here. So board land order, so I'll pull that guy into there. Now there's nothing left for that guy to pull, and that's it. Alright, and explore sands and mountains. So, sands and mountains. Sands and mountains. And then slow powers. So I actually have a couple with Volcano. Did not hit move up to 2, which would be nice, but I do have add up to 1 destroyed. I'll add that guy there. And then I have a couple slow powers on Vengeance. So I have Utter a Curse of Dread and Bone with the kicker, because I got 1 moon from Gift of Nature's Connection, 2 from the cards, and I have 2 animal. So for each blight in or adjacent to target land, add 1 Badlands, 1 Disease, or 1 Strife, max 3 of each. So I'm going to target this land here, I think, or I could target this one. Now there's less blight adjacent to that. So targeting this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blight in adjacent to that land, so I can add a lot of stuff there. So probably at least 1 of each. Badlands, Disease. Do I need Strength there? Strength would be cool. Or I could just damage stuff. So yeah, I don't need to add Strife. I'll just add more Badlands. So I added 3 Badlands. I can't do any more. And I can do 1 more Disease. So that's the 5 things that I'm adding there, from this land into this one. Then 2 fear and 1 damage. So 2 fear. My 1 damage, because there are 3 Badlands and 1 blight there. It's going to do an extra 4 damage to invaders. So that will kill all of these. Though I could also use Unquenchable Flame there and just clear it out, which might be better. Might have to use that on a wetland instead. Yeah, I'll just do that. That'll be fine. And 2 fear, so. Quenchable Flame. Oh, and yeah, so, and that's got me another fear card. And then I have Unquenchable Flame. So 1 fear, 1 damage, 2 towns and cities. Invaders do not heal damage at the end of the turn. So I'm going to do 1 damage to a town and city here, thanks to my blight. It's going to do an extra damage. And because I have 2 fire, it's going to add a Badlands there as well. And invaders do not heal at the end of the turn. That was an extra fear. This one, I forgot the kicker. So for each type of token that I added, add 1 more within 1 range, 1 damage in an adjacent land. So, for each type of token I added. So unfortunately I can't add like tons of stuff, but I'm going to add a Badlands there, then do 1 damage, so it does 2 thanks to the Badlands. And then I added Disease, so I can do a Disease here. Should I have added a Strife there instead of a 3rd Disease? Maybe I should have. So then I can do a Strife somewhere else too. Yeah, okay, we'll change that around slightly. I'm just going to add a 2nd Strife under this rather than a 3rd Disease. That way I can add this Disease here and this Strife here. And it also does 1 damage for each type of token I added, 1 damage in adjacent land. So I added 3 types, so I can do 2 damage here to kill that. And here, I can actually clear that out too. So, because an extra 3 damage. So, I didn't need that strike, but that's fine. Okay. It's the first time I've gotten to use Utter Curse of Dread and Bone, but that's a really, really cool card, especially with the kicker. Alright. And then, no, I don't have any of my needs, so I think that is everything. So discard those, and I am back to a new turn. I have no cards left on Volcano, so I kind of have to reclaim, which is alright. And I'll go for a major again, because why not? Yeah. I think I've got this game in hand. I do only have 3 blight left, and if they do 1 ravage of 8 or more damage, I lose, so Lost Condition is definitely still in play. Blood Rock, still nothing with green elements, which is unfortunate. Twisted Flowers, Murmur Ultimatums is pretty good, but I don't have the range to use it on this land, which is where I want to. We're just going to get Bloodwrack Plague. I guess I'll forget Winds of Rust and Atrophy, because I don't think I'm going to need to use it again. Well, actually, they are going to build in. Maybe Rain of Ash instead. Yeah, I'll go for Rain of Ash instead. I'll keep Winds of Rust and Atrophy just in case. Okay, and then 4 energy. And I probably got to reclaim on Vengeance as well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get 1 energy, I'll have 2 from Growth. I really do not have the energy for majors. So I'll pick up another minor. Rain of Blood's a really good one. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I don't need to defend wetlands, so that's fine. The isolation is good. Mesmerized terrain is nice. But I think Rain of Blood's the way to go. Okay. I'm going to stop hitting this. It's great elements and a good effect. So. Okay, so what am I doing? Can't hit this land with the Pillar of Woodland Flame yet. I will be able to next turn. So I'll probably save up for that. The problem is that it's going to build and then Ravage. I can stop the Ravage though, so that's not terrible. I can do the damage to that. I'm pretty close to Terra level 3, so if I can kill all these cities, I will win. But yeah, unfortunately, oh no, I will be able to hit that in this phase. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play Pillar of Living Flame. I have 2 card plays, so I'm also going to play, damn it, nope, I have just enough. Pyroclastic Bombardment. And then on this guy's side, I need to use Gift of Nature's Connection again. I don't need to stop any ravages, that's fine. So really, I just need to stop them from building cities, which should be no problem. So the rest of what I do doesn't matter too much, honestly. I can kill that guy, but I would rather just do it in a slow phase. So I'll try to hit the kicker. I just need 2 fire. I can get 1 from Gift of Nature's Connection. Oh, I don't have that connected anymore. Do an Unquenchable Flames. I'll probably do a Fiery Vengeance just to clear something out. Doesn't really do much there, but well, I can stop that build anyway. Or I have to, so that doesn't matter. So probably Flesh Rot Fever and Plate Bearers, just so I can actually hit both my innates this turn. I'll be able to do Savage Revenge with extra damage. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, cool. I do need to do some damage up there, but yeah, that's no problem. It's easy. Okay. Alright, those are going to be my cards. I think I've got this game in the bag, but we'll see. So, first up, it's Fast Powers. We're going to target Volcano. I'm going to pay for my powers, actually. Target Volcano Looming High with Gift of Nature's Connection to give him 2 more fire. And on Vengeance as a Burning Plague, I'm going to take either an animal or a beast. It really doesn't matter because I can kill everything anyway. So I'm going to go for an animal. So, yeah. Okay. Next Fast Powers, I have Epidemic Storm Rampant. I have the 2nd level, so it's going to be 2 damage per disease. I can do that here. So it's going to be 4 damage plus 4 for the Badlands, so it does 8 damage. Kills that city. Gives me Fear card, and I'm 8 fear away from Terror level 3, which is what I need. Alright, next up is going to be Pyroclast Bombardment. So I'm going to do 1 damage to each. Fuck, I don't have the range for it. Oh no, I do. 1, 2, 3. Yep, good. I'm all set. So 1 damage to each town and city. So that's going to have 2 health, 2 health, 2 health, 1 health, 1 health, plus an extra 1 damage. So I'll just do it to a town. Fear. No Dahan there to do damage to, so that's fine. And I don't really have any need to do a Volcanic Eruption, so that's all my Fast Powers. Next up is going to be an event. Remnants of a Spirit's Heart. A group of Dahan find a stony ridge with lingering blessings from an ancient mountain spirit. You may leave its strength with Dahan. Dahan have plus 10 health this turn, and lands with invaders or lands with Dahan. Invaders have plus 1 health this turn. That probably does not matter. With Patient Focus, cast a Great Warding, costs a 4 energy per player, aided by Earth. Defend from spirits is 4 lower per land this turn. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the leave it strength with the Han, and that'll be okay. Hunting parties for each land with beasts and cities. 1 fear and destroy 1 beast there. 1,000 small struggles on each board with 4 or more towns and cities and 4 or fewer to Han, which is none. I don't have to worry about that. It's a bad one because I add 1 blight to a land without Dahan. Alright, made it through that, and I think I will be okay. Fear card number 1, Fear of the Unseen. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with presence. Okay. Just do it there, and yeah, that's good. Each player removes 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with the Han. Beautiful. And I can do it there. Yeah, that'll stop that city from being built, which I hadn't thought about, and it would have cost me. So I'm glad I got that event. Next up, we're going to have the invaders. So, Ravage Wetlands. Empty, 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 empty. All good. Next up is going to be Build in Sands. So, nothing there. I will build there. Nothing. And I build there. Then Build at Mountains. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And I don't want them to do any more there. Alright, next up is going to be their migrations or whatever. So nothing migrating here, nothing migrating here, nothing migrating here, nothing migrating here, nothing migrating here or here. No migrations. So all set. And then explore jungles and sands. Right. It's actually no explore there because it's isolated, but I will go into the other ones. Okay, and this should be it. So I've got Pillar of, well, first I need to grow. So I'm going to, actually I guess I have the range anyway, but I'm going to return a Destroyed Spirit here. And then use Pillar of Blooming Flame. It's got a distance of 2, but thanks to my Volcanic Peaks tower over the landscape, my power cards gain +1 range if I have 3 or more presence in the origin land. So I have 3 range with it from either of my lands, targeting this land, and I'm going to do 10 damage because I have the kicker. I have 4 fire. So it takes 6 damage to kill those 3 cities. That's 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be 5 fear for the card itself, and an additional 6 fear for killing all of that stuff. 7 fear actually. So 6 fear. Additional 6. So 12 fear for that. I'm in terror level 3, and there are no cities left on the board, which means I win. Let me see if I had any other slow powers, just to tack on some stuff, make it look prettier. No longer had any towns or cities into there, so I can't. Well, I could have done that before, so yeah, I can kill that guy. And Then I've got Flesh Rot Fever, so add a disease somewhere. I'll add it there. Looks better. Okay, and that is this week's Reddit challenge. I think challenge number 14 for Spirit Island was Vengeance is a Burning Plague and Volcano Looming High against the Habsburg Monarchy level 3. So I'm going to go ahead and score this up. And let's see, what time is it? It's 10:25, so yeah, I think I'm done after this. That was almost 2 hours. It's a lot to do 2 spirits at once. I'm not very good at it yet. Today was the 7th. Habsburg. Sorry, level is 3. No scenario. 2B standard. Alright, plugging this on my spreadsheet as well. So, number of cards I have left, not many. I have 3, so a couple more turns. The Hun left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, Blight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just kind of the nature of playing these 2 spirits. Terra level is 3. Number of regions occupied, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the health worth invaders. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It was about a 2-hour game. I think it was like, I started at 1:30, so it was like 1:55. I'm going to start keeping track of Blighted Island cards, which I hadn't been before. So my Blighted Island card was Erosion of Will. Okay, so for that game, my score was 45 points. It's not great, but here's what it is. Sorry when I have that much blight on the board. I'm going to go ahead and take a nice little picture here of the end state. With all the cards that I've gotten. Try to fan them out so you can kind of see different types of cards. 1 major, a couple minors. Actually, a lot of minors. Volcano, I ended up with 4 majors and 1 3-consonant card. So, a little bit expensive. Alright, so that was this week's challenge. I am going to sign off. It's a little late. I might play some video games instead after I pack this up. But if anyone was watching, thanks very much. I'm going to upload this one to YouTube as well, so if you're checking out there, feel free to give me a follow. I post board games and tennis matches every once in a while. And have a great rest of your night.